So there was absolutely something that was guilty in the Kyle Rittenhouse case, and that is the mainstream media. Oh, the mainstream media is guilty on all charges of misreporting, of spreading bad information, of choosing a narrative over facts, all of the different things. It's literally one of the worst cases of media and journalism malpractice I have ever seen. Not only was the coverage of the case itself bad, but the coverage that happened when Rittenhouse was found not guilty is actually shocking to me. It's shocking to me as somebody who's actually studied journalism. It is shocking to me as somebody who is a media critic. It is shocking to me as somebody who actually cares, and I know that this is very old school and maybe this is a little outdated, but I'm actually somebody that cares about facts and context and data instead of pushing a narrative. And what we saw from the usual suspects when Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty of all of those charges, what we found was that the usual suspects who love projecting a narrative on everything, by the way, who do not even know some of the most basic facts about the case, we saw the usual suspects hop on the narrative the entire time. And let me tell you something, these usual suspects are not just far left fringes on Twitter. They're not just far left, fringe people on the internet. Now, these are people that have very large platforms within the mainstream media. I'm talking about people like Joy Reid. I'm talking about people like Tiffany Cross. I'm talking about these these propagandists, for far left policies, for the Biden-Harris administration, whatever, that are basically funded and pushed by outlets like MSNBC, by NBC News. It is absolutely ridiculous. So all of these people are absolutely guilty as charged. And as we move on from the Rittenhouse case, so Rittenhouse was not guilty, and all the usual suspects will say all of the same things that they say. They'll say white supremacists, and they'll say a broken criminal justice system. They'll say all of the crap that they usually say. And in a couple of weeks, they'll just move on, and then there will be another racial uproar, and then they will tell the same lies. And for me, I am not surprised when these idiots go about their lives, but I do believe, and I know that I bash the mainstream media a lot, but look, at a certain point, the mainstream media has to decide whether it wants to be propagandists, right? Whether the mainstream media wants to push narratives and whether the mainstream media wants to hide facts, or if they are just going to be neutral journalists. I am telling you that that industry is dying, and it is dying because people just do not trust it to give them the facts. So if anybody is guilty in the Rittenhouse case, it is the mainstream media for misrepresenting facts, for omitting other facts, and throwing gasoline on the flames of this country's undying, absolute obsession with race, racism, and racial politics. So I, the judge, Rob Smith, finds the media guilty as charged in its complete mishandling and misreporting of the entire Rittenhouse situation.